Hello, my name is Rodney. I'm from the PO Gamer Q YouTube channel. Today, I'm going over my recent pickups for the month of October 2016. This really wasn't a big video game month for me, but I actually got a few board games, and I actually got a few other things that I'm actually really excited about. First, I am going to start with a book. It was my favorite book growing up, and this is actually, I think, the third version of this book I bought. I had the paperback, had the hardback, and now I have the annotated Phantom Tollbooth. Don't know what that is. It's pretty much like you have the story in the middle, on the sides there's like little notes about different things about the book, how it's made, what they were thinking of. It's kind of like an insight into the author's head while they were writing it, which I really like. It gives you more detail about the book. Haven't finished it yet, but I'm really enjoying it, what I have read. So, like, if you don't want to read this for the first time because it pulls you out of the story a little bit. If you've read the book already, reading this is a lot more get you to understand more about it. So like it's like, okay, this here, like, it may have a long thing about, and there's like the castle in the air. It may describe the castle in the air and a lot of stuff about it, but if you read all that while you're trying to read the story, it kind of pulls you out a little bit. But I highly recommend this if you have read this book. If you haven't, you should read it because it is really, really good. Okay, now I'm actually going to look at these three things here that I picked up. I originally wanted to collect these when they first come out, but they're really expensive. So I was like, all right. I didn't pick them up then, but they had them at a used bookstore, and they had them pretty cheap, like $3 each. And I was like, yeah. And that is the horror series of these, like, they got like reaction figures. It's kind of like the old Kenner style. I got Freddy Krueger, Pinhead. The Pinhead one, there's Scotch tape on because pretty much this thing is not attached at all. Whenever it came from the manufacturer, it's not attached. I mean, literally, like, if the Scotch tape would on here, this would just come off. The Freddy Krueger is that way. Isn't very attached very well also, so it could easily come off. And it's not that somebody's pulled it off. You can see that the glue just didn't attach. Maybe that's why it's so cheap, but still, yeah, I really enjoy it. And this one's really attached really well, but it was $3 also. And that's Jason Voorhees. I mean, it's October. Oh, before I forget, happy Halloween, everybody. It is Halloween. When I post this, and it'll be tomorrow, it'll be November 1st. Sorry about that, but it's Halloween for me right now. Okay, so we have that. Now I'm going to go into some board games. Last month, they at not half price, Barnes & Noble, they had like a big 50% off sale, and I had picked up, it's still sitting here. I picked this up last month, but it's one starter deck, so I didn't have another one, so it's nobody I could have me play with. Well, I had one of these, another starter deck. It was 75% off, so I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting it. So now me and somebody else can play because I have another deck for it. Okay, and this is a board game I was actually looking at when it first came out, but I never picked it up. Not really sure why. I know a lot of people, I've heard good and bad things about it, but it seems to be the type of card game I like, and that is Incognito, the card game. It's kind of like a deduction game, a little bit better than Clue, and I really enjoy those type of games. Like, you don't know, you're trying to figure out who somebody is and stuff like that. Haven't played it yet. Really looking forward to it. I've skimmed the rules right now. I haven't really got too much depth for them, but what I've read so far, it seems to be really cool. I also picked up, my wife saw this and really liked this. That's why we picked this up, and that is Planes. We haven't had a chance to play it yet, but this is a game that she's really wanting to look forward to playing and can't wait to play it. Basically, you're in an airport and you're trying to get passengers to your plane. Like basically, you have these little cubes. Each cube's a passenger, and you're trying to get them around the terminal to your plane, so it's that and at the after so many turns, the person with the most people in their plane gets points. So and it seems to be really cool. It doesn't seem like it's going to take very long. It's 30 minutes to play. It goes up to 2 to 4 players. Hey, I was like, that looks really cool. And it's also is like one of those new games, like they have like on sale for like 20 or 30% off, and we picked that up because of that. Also, another board game I picked up. I think this is the last board game. Yes. Well, a board game and an expansion to it. They had this game really cheap, and I was like, man, why is it so cheap? But I saw it, I picked it up, and that is Eldritch Horror. I was like, there has to be something missing in it, but since maybe if it's missing, I can contact Fantasy Flight. Nothing was missing. Everything was there. Most of the game was even sleeved. One thing I didn't like, they tried to build a custom insert, and it looked like they kind of lost interest halfway and kind of half-assed it. So I kind of ripped out most of it, but they glued it to the box, so a lot of it I can't remove, which drives me crazy. If you're making a custom insert, don't glue it to the box. Come on. That's just... But anyways, picked it up. I got it home. I counted all the pieces. I mean, holy freaking cow. I mean, this little tiny box, this box here with all the really small writing, that's all the components. In the actual rule book, it has them listed again, and they're printed a lot bigger. But I mean, there's a lot of little counters in this thing, and I counted every one of them, and they're all in it. And another thing they did with the insert, some of them were under, like they put the wall, like the dividing walls. They didn't put them all to the bottom, so like there were some tokens getting stuck underneath it. Yeah, so I ripped all those out. So it still fits, but their custom insert was not very good. Also, I think I got that for like $20 because it was like really, really cheap. And that's kind of like maybe the custom insert. They were like, yeah, this thing's crap. So maybe they knocked it down because of that. But also they had a expansion for $12. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting that. And that is the Forsaken Lore expansion for it. And I was like, okay, got it home, and it was never opened. I mean, I thought maybe, okay, they tried to play it, they got this, try to play it. But I mean, literally, everything's in the plastic. The counters are still in the plastic. All the decks are still in the plastic. I mean, I was like, wow, somebody probably bought the Eldritch Horror and either didn't like it or their custom insert, or I'm not sure what, but whoever bought the Eldritch Horror seemed to trade this in also. Okay. It's all the board games. Now, going to move into the video games. I didn't get many video games, but what I did get, I really like. And I've actually been playing two of them a great deal. First, I'm going to we'll start with handhelds first. Start with the oldest game first, and that is, trying to make sure. Yeah, I believe that's, one thing I did get is this thing had a bunch of buttons in it, but I showed that in my vlog. It actually has a Year of Luigi coin in it. I tried to get one of these when I went to Comic-Con a few years ago, but they ran out of these very quickly. But there was this grab bag for like $2. It had all these buttons and all this other stuff in it, and it had this in it. When I saw that, I was like, $2? Yeah, these things cost a lot more on eBay than that. But going on back to video games, I got Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles for the PSP. Very good game. I've always wanted to play the Rondo of Blood. That was the PC Engine, their CD version of that, I believe is what it was on in Japan. It was never released in America, and they finally released it on this. And it's the Dracula X Chronicle version is actually like a 1.5D, or no, 2.5D version of it. So, but if you do certain things in the game, you can actually unlock the Rondo of Blood version, the original version. And also, you can actually unlock Symphony of the Night also. So basically, you got to figure out how to. Basically, you do certain things in the game, you unlock it, and you can play those. That is awesome. I mean, the Symphony of the Night is actually a really expensive PlayStation 1 game, and I got this for like $6. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. I'll gladly do that. So, pick that up. Really fun game. I've been playing the crap out of this. Another game that I've been playing a lot of, and that is on the 3DS. I've actually already beat this game when I had it on the PSP, but now I have a physical copy of it, and I'm so happy I have a physical copy. I was like, oh man. That's the thing. I want physical copies. I hate just digital only, and this was a digital only game for the longest time in America. Japan got a physical version, but we didn't, and that is Corpse Party. Holy cow! I was so happy when this came out, and I'm like, this is the one that has like the little figures with it, has a soundtrack, and it's really fun. The graphics have been updated. I think it's got another ending in it. On the PSP, I've already unlocked all the endings, so basically, I'm going through this a little bit quicker than somebody that's never played it before, but it's very atmospheric, very good, very scary. Highly recommend. If you have never played a Corpse Party, get this. It is so good. Part 2 and 3 are on the Vita, and so if you have a PlayStation TV, you can get those really cheap right now. And Corpse Party 2, which is called the Book of Shadows, will play on it. And Corpse Party 3, which is... can't remember. I'll try to link it down here. I'll do the description down here. But this one is where it starts. Very good. I highly recommend it. And they all go together. So part 1 and 3 are very similar. Part 2 is a visual novel, so it's a little... The action's not that... It's not as much action, it's more story. It's very much story-driven. With this, you got to move around and stuff like that. The other one, you don't do that as much. But they're all three very good. I highly recommend them. Okay, now I'm going to move to consoles. This is a game I have been trying to find for some time because my brother had it and I really enjoyed playing it on the Dreamcast. And like my wife said, one of my favorite systems is the Dreamcast. And I remember because he got his Dreamcast before I did, and he got it at Christmas time, and this game has Christmas music in it, and it was I'm not sure if it was just the luck of when we got it that made us like it so much, but that is Blue Stinger. Some people are like, oh, that's a crap game. No, this is a great game. This was like $3, $4, I think, and basically they hadn't shelved some games yet, and this was sitting in the shelf like this. Well, this is not the original case because the Dreamcast games have a clear thing here, and this is like a CD that somebody, like, they had broken the case and they had put this in it because it has like GameStop sticker on the back and it says Blue Stinger. So this is what it was. It's basically somebody's broke the case and they put it in this, but it has the manual and it has the game disc. Game disc is in good shape, but they hadn't put it on the shelf yet. And I was like, oh, what's that? And I picked it up. When I saw Blue Stinger, I was like, oh my God, I'm getting that. That is a really good game. Very happy to have this. And then my last thing I got this month, is a game I've been looking for a while ever since I heard about it. It's an Atlas game, so I love Atlas. Most Atlas games I generally get just because it's from Atlas. Because generally, I like their games. They generally release a certain type of game that just... I'm not sure how I would say it, but their types of video games the type I generally go for. But I've read about, when I first heard about this game, I was like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. And then I saw more gameplay footage. And it's kind of like a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past type game, that movement. But with a different storyline and everything like that. But it is 3D dot game heroes. I've been playing this. I haven't played this as much as I have the other two because, well, it's October and it's a little scary month. So I've been playing Corpse Party and Castlevania more, but I've been really enjoying this, and I probably, now that this is the last day of October, I'll probably start playing those lists, and I'll probably start playing this one a lot more. I mean, you can get this big giant sword and like kill everything on the screen, but if you get hit, like your sword gets smaller, and so much fun. Holy cow! I didn't think I'd have as much fun as I would with this as I have with this game. It is. I mean, you can create your own adventure. I didn't do any of that. I pretty much took the default character and was like, I just want to see what this game's like, and played it, and it is really good. Highly, highly recommend this. It was like $12, and I was like, most places I see a lot more expensive than that, but I was happy to find it. Okay. That was my pickups for this month. Like I said, I didn't get many video games, but I got a lot of other stuff, and what I got, I really like, and I'm really enjoying. Can't wait to play Eldritch Horror. I'm reading the rules of it, trying to get a game group together to play this, because that's a little bit more involved board game, but I'm really looking forward to playing it. But hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back next month with another Let Pickups video. If you guys would like me to review, like do a more in-depth review of any of these games, let me know. I'll try to get to that, because I'm trying to do more. I'm trying to focus on some individual things a little bit closer. If you guys do see something you want to review, see a longer review of, let me know. Leave me a comment. But hope you guys enjoyed it, and till next time. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked the video, go ahead and give me a like. If you'd like to see more from me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I release at least 2 videos a week. Most of the time I release more. Leaving a comment actually helps me a lot, helps me know what you'd like, dislike, or would like to see on my channel, so go ahead and leave me a comment. If you would like to get in touch with me, have any questions, anything like that, you can go ahead and email me at vmail@poldgamer.com. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time.